Alaska 2024 Travel Wrap-Up Stats Video. It's only fitting that we do this wrap-up video here in the Saguaro National Park. The Alaska adventure was awesome, and stay tuned to the end of this video because you will see that at the first part of this video is going to be the stats, the information that Debbie has gathered along the trip, and then at the end we're going to do our three best places, the three places that I liked and the three best places that Debbie liked, and we'll do that summary at the very end. And so stay tuned and watch clear to the end. Hey, roll the intro and let's start the video. We're Mike and Debbie Kelly of Kelly's Outdoor Adventures, the RV Drifters. We became empty nesters and decided to hit the road to see all 50 states. We travel willy-nilly style, and by that I mean in our F-250 truck we call Willie, and our RV sports truck travel trailer we call Nilly. It's not always fun. You can come along and watch our adventures as we learn the ins and outs of RV camping. You can follow our adventures on both YouTube and Rumble. On YouTube, we are Kelly's Outdoor Adventures, and on Rumble, we are the RV Drifters. And we're living life on our terms. Hey, and also I want to tell you one thing that this video is not going to be. We live in Ohio, and we had our travels from Ohio till we crossed the border, and then when we came home from crossing the border back to Ohio. This video or this summary is not going to include those numbers because everybody would be doing their trips differently. So for the purposes of this video, we are not going to include the lower 48 numbers. It will only be the Canadian travel, the Alaskan travel, and the Canadian travel back. To the city streets, we began to feel the fire. So all the stats in this video are going to start when we cross the border here in Coops, Alberta, Canada. Debbie's worked very hard to draw together a pretty comprehensive tracking chart of the statistics so to help with this summary video. So this is our summary video, and sit back and I hope you like it. So first we're going to cover the 74 nights that we stayed in Canada and Alaska. 24 of those nights were spent at the Eagles and Elks lodges. For Debbie and I, these were considered hidden gems. We are so glad that we became Elks members. Stayed in 5 Elks lodges and 1 Eagles. These lodges were all in the best locations, and we made some lifelong friends there. We spent 17 nights in private campgrounds. The first night we stayed in Canada was at the Under 8 Flags campground. Milepost Zero campground in Dawson Creek. The location, they have a Dawson Trail bike riding and hiking path. We are in Watson Lake, Yukon territory, and we're here for a couple days. It's this the town with the famous the signpost forest that they have. Campground here on the edge of town. Just kind of do a quick pan. Well, turn around first. Obviously Willie and Nilly in there. This RV park was a little hard to find. It was located behind the gas station and convenience store in town. And this RV park was located right on the edge of Dawson City. We ended up leaving Nilly here an additional 2 nights when we made our trek up the Dempster Highway to Tuktoyaktuk and the Arctic Ocean. And they had a nice laundry facility. We stayed at the Alaskan Stoves campground twice on the way up and on the way back because of its location right on the outskirts of Tok and right across from Fast Eddie's, the restaurant. And both times I had repairs on Willie or Nilly that needed done, and it was a good place to get the repairs done. In Debbie's stats, she broke down the state and provincial and national parks and city parks all separately, but for me and for this video, I just lumped them together, and we stayed 25 nights in these parks. In the Denali National Park, there's 3 options for campgrounds. Riley, Savage Creek, and Teklanika. We stayed at Savage River. It was awesome. We had good views of Denali, both from the campground and on a bus tour that we took when we were there.
Okay, we are at Kennesugi Ken State Park in Denali State Park.
Okay, this is the Tupper River, and the Tupper River. I think the best deals that we had were in the state and provincial parks. In Canada, they were as low as like $14.75 a night. The state park in Willow, Alaska was little more than a blacktop parking lot, but hey, the price was right. We stayed 5 nights in what I'm saying is BLM style camping. So welcome to our boondocking site. This is supposedly an old abandoned airstrip. This is the Wrangell Mountains view spot rest area.
So here we are leaving our stone quarry. We're in the bottom of a stone quarry boondocking site that we found on iOverlander.
All right. This is our boondocking spot, and we are in the Yukon Territories on a lake, and Debbie will have to tell you that lake. All right, so we found another boondocking site. This is, I don't know, a couple miles outside of Whitehorse. The only time we stayed in a hotel was in Inuvik on our way to the Arctic Ocean. Okay, so you know we were in one of the higher end when they have the special, I don't know, carpet or pallet that gets you out of the mud so you can walk up the stairs. It kind of gives you the indication that you're staying in one of the more higher end hotels. Good morning. We're waking up in the state of Washington. And I included this fairgrounds because when the day started, we were still in Canada. We finished in the Okanagan County Fairgrounds. And it was kind of unique and a nice one-night stay. Okay, the drum roll, please. So some of you might think this is cheap. Some of you might think this is expensive. But we spent $15,184 in the 74 days that we were on this trip. And just a quick note, the $4,473 in gasoline was to go 7,243 miles. Okay. So if you are still watching this video at this point, thank you very much. We appreciate it. I think we're getting now to what I'm going to consider as the best part of the video, and that's where Debbie and I go over the 3 favorite spots or 3 favorite experiences that we had in Alaska. And so I'll do my 3, Debbie will do her 3, and let's get started. So first up for me would have to be Banff.
Coming into Tunnel Mountain Village 2 campground. Good views straight ahead.
For us, Debbie and I have never experienced, and this was the first, what I call ooh-ah moment, where I think we even had conversations of, what did we do to deserve this? Banff is gorgeous. The area is gorgeous. There's not a bad spot in Banff, including the city or the town of Banff. It's pretty cool as well. But everything around it is just majestic. First step for Debbie would be Seward, Alaska.
This is Exit Glacier, which we're going to.
Okay.
And so we're going to do Kenai Fjords for Seward.
And Exit Glacier. Very cool. Debbie chose Seward, Alaska because of the major marine boat tour. It was an all-day event, and it did not disappoint. So second up for me was probably Denali, the whole Denali experience. All right, let's go check out the Denali Visitor Center. Turns out Debbie and I both chose Denali for our number 2 choice. Staying in the Savage Campground, taking the 7-hour tour bus that took you up close as you could get to Denali and the wildlife and everything there. And then also part of that Denali experience had to be, we got to see Denali 5 days. Saw it from the north side, we saw it from Kenasugi Ken, and we saw Denali a 3rd time clear down in Talkeetna.
I think Denali's coming.
Oh, hey, there's Denali. Look at the clouds.
It is, yeah.
Boom.
Okay, I couldn't see it.
There it is. Wow. Get rid of those clouds, but you can still see above the clouds.
Yeah.
Very cool. We had 3 gorgeous days, or 5 gorgeous days total, and we saw Denali every day. And so many people, like 30% of the people ever get to see the top of Denali, and we saw it 5 days in a row. That had to be that was a wow moment for us. And spending time with friends just made the experience all the better. And I'd have to say the last, and maybe these aren't in any order, but my 3rd one is going to be the whole Dempster Highway Tuktoyaktuk experience. It was multiple days, but that drive up there and just dipping our toes in the Arctic Ocean. Hold it, gotta get a close shot. Okay.
That's all I'm doing. It's cold.
The drive back to Dempster and the ferry crossings going up and coming back just rounded out the Arctic Ocean experience. All right, we made it to Tuktoyaktuk, land of the Pingos, and you can see in the background there's the Pingos. So Debbie's number 3 was Valdez. And even though it rained 3 out of the 4 days we were here, the views were amazing. Okay. We were able to explore Valdez. We checked out both the Eagles and the Elks lodges here. We ended up staying a couple extra nights at the Eagles Lodge. And we checked out the Salmon Gulch Hatchery. And I'm going to add a bonus in. I'm going to add in the 4th of July and the car launch. It was a fun day. Probably one of the most memorable, probably one of the most filmed days that we had in Alaska. Debbie and I had a ball with a lot of new friends. They were all RVers, and they were from all around the country. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very cool. And the ramp is open.
The room down here, okay? Like where that fall guy truck is. Y'all just come on around. Don't be belligerent, but come on around. And we don't want to get y'all bothered.
This wraps up our travel expense video for our adventure in Alaska. Thanks for watching. I'm going to include a few more of our excursion details in the video description. Check it out.